Welcome everyone to another episode of Behind the Comic. I'm your host Sean Fuller, and today we are going to dive into the world of comics with a very special guest, Bruno. This show
Hey,
is all about shining light on the creative minds behind the stories we love, exploring their journeys, their projects, and lessons learned during the way. Our guest today, Bruno, is the creator of the comic Thorium. We'll be talking about what inspired the work, the challenges of building the comic, and what's next on the horizon. So stick around and let's get ready for a great conversation. Ready?
yep, let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. First question I always like to ask: tell us about yourself and share a little about your creative background. Just a little.
Okay. Yeah. okay. So my name is Bruno. I'm from Brazil. I'm married, two kids. I have a job that's not making comics, unfortunately. So I work like 8 to 5, like almost like everybody. Work with numbers the whole day, and after I put my kids to bed, I normally go downstairs and start working on my stuff. So always writing something.
Okay, so you said you're from Brazil. How long you been in the States?
6 years. six
Ah,
years
not
now.
bad, not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Hope you're in a good state that they love you a lot. Don't answer that. What first sparked your interest in comics and visual storytelling?
I don't know, man. I always like this type of stuff. Like since I'm like, I don't know, since I remember, I always had like comic books at home. Um, and in Brazil, we have like one that's pretty famous. Probably nobody knows here. It's like Turma da Mônica. It's comics for like small kids with like small characters. It's pretty fun.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, like since young, I'm always like reading comics, then start playing video games, reading books, playing RPG, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So that's
Okay,
kind of
that
I'm a
don't
nerd.
make hey, we all nerds at the end of the day. Um, so you kind of brought up you read Brazilian based comics. So what would you say one of your biggest influence when you think about their work affected your work?
That's a
It
good
might not be in
question.
Brazil. I'm just saying. I just showed it out there.
Yeah, no, like I started with these because they are like way more simple than manga or comics.
Hmm.
But then like soon enough, like I start reading mangas and comics. I like big fan of Batman and Nightwing, so like I still like buying like all this stuff, like Absolute Batman and everything. So um, and I think that like manga, it's one thing that I always like it to like anime and manga. So I started with probably like Senseiya and Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z. So those type of stuffs, they are all like with me.
It's fun fact. When I was looking up, you said Dragon Ball Z. I think you brought up you you brought did you brought up no? Because I realized when I was thinking about some of the old school comics, because that's basically what we just brought up. Old school, not even comics, mangas, old school mangas. Someone just brought to my attention that Hunter X Hunter and
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho, yes, are built by the same guy, and his wife did Sailor Moon.
Yep, that's it.
And I was like, how the heck did I miss this?
Yep, yeah. And I prefer Yu Yu Hakusho, but I don't blame people that like Hunter x Hunter. I love Hunter x Hunter too, but I prefer Yu Yu Hakusho. It's more like
I think Yu
something
Yu
that I
Hakusho
grow
is
up with.
better fleshed
So
out, to be honest. If
sorry.
it's better fleshed out in terms of um this, it's originating the characters. Each character is not a lot of stuff going on there, versus with Hunter x Hunter, it broke off to kind of talk about different people,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the I forgot his name, the dude with the blondie. So it was like it desegmented the storyline a bit in certain parts versus with Yu Yu Hakusho, it was always about one. It was always about
Yeah. So it's
either trying to
using
rest,
anything. Yeah.
reviving, or something.
Yeah.
So
And
that was a good trip down memory lane. So I appreciate that.
yeah.
So let's get into it. So tell us about your comic. What am I screwing this? Tritium. What's the story about, and what makes it unique?
Okay. So Thorium is about. It starts with when babies start being kidnapped, and the group of heroes are like kind of hired to try to solve the mystery.
Hmm.
But then it kind of evolves in the future. I hope that I can do like all the comics that I want to do. So if I can keep telling this story, it will evolve to something bigger. So a lot of stuff going on, and this is just like the beginning.
So no, but I understand. So because one of the questions I like to ask people when they envision their comics is either is it going to be a one shot comic, a multi series, or sorry, multi series, or a episodic series, right? So one is like just one, like 4 or 6, and the other one's like 12 to like 20 something. So which and a good question is always like when someone's trying to think about their comic, how big or how long do you see yours going when you think about it?
So yeah, so I kind of have the whole story like not draw yet, but kind of design it so I know where I'm going, and
Hmm.
I broke it in some arcs. So the first arc is 10 issues,
Got it. Got it.
and that's kind of my goal to be able to get to 10 issues. I'm only in the first one, so long way to go.
So hey,
And
hey, I'm going to tell you that as doing these interviews, I've met people that's not even started the first issue yet, and then people that are still in the printing of or the crowdfunding section of their issues, all the way to people that have been doing this for 20 years and got a bunch of
yeah,
issues.
yeah,
So I've just always liked the concept of each, but what's been consistent about each of them is that they don't start the story until they know they want to finish it, and it's never in, and it's usually over a period of time building out the world, building out the infrastructure of the world.
yeah.
And actually, that brings up a very good question. So, what inspired the theme and the world building on this comic?
Okay, so you asked like what make these like unique, and one of
Hmm.
the things that my opinion make this unique is not necessarily the world building, but uh, we kind of have a mix of like medieval and almost a cyberpunk. So
Hmm.
we see people with swords fighting robots, things like that. So it's one of the things that make this unique. You normally you don't see like an elf fighting like uh, a robot. So
So, wait. Are you telling me one of your characters is an elf? Oh,
yeah, so
yeah,
this
you
guy
know
that
to
you are
bury the
seeing,
lead, huh?
so this guy that you are seeing there is a half
Okay,
elf. Yeah,
okay. So we got a lot of what do you call it? Fictional characters coming up in the play because you did bring out elves, and you did bring out cyberpunk, which basically means heavy influence of tech. So tech and elves usually never mix in the anime. I'm just, you got that right.
you see, that's
So
unique.
it's like people make elves look like they're what do you call it? Other unorthodox Jews. They're like they stay in their little world, they live in their little bubble, they only deal with nature.
Yep, not here.
So it's kind of funny that you brought that up because that's the first thing that popped out to me. Is like, wait, what?
Yep. So, and that's kind of like part of the world building. So As I told you, we have on Tapas, we have the prologue for free for people to read, and there we kind of show. We are not showing like in the beginning there was nothing and then God created something. We are not right there in the prologue, but we show in the prologue all the bits of the story of the world that will be necessary for the 10 issues that we are planning to do. So yes, we will see like really like in the beginning, but because one of like the main threats arrive from the sky, like Dark Lord that wants to like conquer everything.
Actually,
And
why don't we take a look at it since you have it? Do you have it up?
I sent you the link. I can try to
Wait,
share here. I don't know.
I think.
Not
Let
sure
me
if
know
I
if
can
I
do
need
it.
to give you. If you don't have share, I can just do it.
I sent you the link. I think that you probably can do it better than I.
Probably. All right, let's try. Oh, let me go get it up first. Give me a second, because I think that'd be
Yeah,
a
no
good
problem.
idea to kind of talk about it while we're looking at it, especially
Yep.
when we talk about the read episode one. Let's go. All right, I have it up. Let me go bring us back. I wonder if I can make it bigger. All right, cool. Give me a second. I'm trying. See, guys, this is what happens when you do stuff live. You you don't get the opportunity to edit this out. There we go. All right. Sure. Oh wait, did it go? Where did it go?
I
Oh,
don't know.
and back to the stairs. Sorry. There we go.
Yep. This one.
All right. So this is it on Tapas, guys. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this community. Because it gives for the bare minimum, it gives you more data than Webtoons does in your own comic, which is weird. But but let's take a look at this because you're seeing the concept art, you're seeing the drawing, I see that you put the Kickstarter in there, and I see the description of the world and characters. Anyone can look at this and see that this was very well meticulously put together. So who did the art on this? Was this you or someone else?
No, unfortunately, my draw ability is not so good. So
Don't
I'm
feel
normally
bad.
doing I'm normally doing the storyboards,
Hmm.
but with like stickers.
So,
And
and the reason I like to bring that up because a lot of people don't understand that you don't have to do everything when you're getting started. You can just pick the chain that you're good at and just outsource the rest. And I'm loving the style of this. And you went manga style, as if I'm correct, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is kind of it's more manga, but it's kind of a mix. We try to do like a mix from like comics and manga.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's easier to see the mix in the first issue, but
Mm-hmm.
you kind of can see something here too.
And
Uh,
it's funny that I had to study different comic book styles when I was getting used to doing certain stuff. Understand the business of comics is like I have to study the different comic styles, and it's like I'm getting better at just recognizing the styles from manga style versus gothic style versus superhero, which is more North American style, and
yep,
all these things have different elements in it, and it's like even for me, it's like I'm getting better at picking these things out. But I do like the fact that there's a lot of action just in the prelogue. I'm gonna be
yep,
honest, I never had this much actions. I mean, so this is cool. But then it's like you're saying this is the backstory, correct?
yeah, yeah.
So because
So
we did talk about a lot of tech and we ain't seen it.
yeah, but because like when the first issue starts, we are basically in the fourth era of
Hmm.
this universe, and here you are seeing the first era. But
Okay.
if you keep going down, you see that we go from like
And I'm going to tell you guys, it's always welcomed and happy appreciated when you just go and just read both our comics online when we have it, because A, it helps our view count.
yeah,
And I'm just enjoying the fact that, and then if you pay attention to it, you kind of just be like, oh, this is interesting. I like where this is going. And that's how the audience gets built. So
yeah,
us, I'm just talking to the audience right now. Please support each brother's copies by just reading them, especially if they have a webtoon. Just read it and subscribe. Unsubscribe. Let me make sure I say it. And subscribe. There we go. Subscribe.
thank you.
Ah man, I'm on the wrong page.
No
I
problem.
have to go on my other side to log in. All
Yeah.
right. So this is the
So
prologue of it, and
yeah,
then
so
we go ahead.
if you go up just a little, if you
All
go
right.
back just a little, you see uh a little bit more, please. More until you see like a big tree.
No, it's just the low speed on my screen. I got
Yeah,
it.
no problem. So here, if you remember the first page is a big tree and there is
Hmm.
like just a forest there. So
Hmm.
now you can see the big tree and a lot of like houses and things like that. So we are showing the
Progression through time.
yes. And the idea is that when you get to the last page, we will be basically like 5 minutes before starting the first issue.
Okay. So I think that the reason I like this approach, because I personally hate flashbacks in comics, because it starts something and it doesn't end it.
Yeah, no, here we have basically so you don't need to
But
read the prologue to get the first issue. That's like
no,
for sure.
what I was leading with is by doing this first, it removes the need for that.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Yeah. So
understand it because you read the prelogue that, oh, this is why the tree's important. This is why the community is important. This is why this is important.
yeah.
Versus you throw that in the middle of the story, and I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. So for sure, like my idea is that if you read the first issue, it will be with information enough for you to understand. Like it's not a
Exactly.
problem. But if you read the prologue, when something starts happening, you see, oh, okay, I know why. That's connected with that thing that happens in the prologue. So that's the idea with the prologue. And the prologue is all black and white, and first issue is all colors. So that's something that we try to do like different.
That's an interesting way of doing that. What made you decide to do it that way?
My first idea was to start on black and white, the prologue, and slowly starting inserting some colors. So we could,
Okay.
when we get to the final like page, we would be like all colors because like now we are back to the present. That was my first idea. But then when I was trying to find someone to do it, most of the people was like, I don't know. So we end up doing like everything black and white. But the idea is to show that we are in a different time. We are just like telling a
Oh,
story from the past. It's not like today. But the narration, all the narration, it's it's the main character telling you the story of the world. So even sometimes something that you are seeing not necessarily will be like that. So let's say, for example, the monsters that you see in the beginning, not necessarily they will be like that if they appear
later
in
in
one
the
of the
story.
issues. Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and it's very insightful to think about that, because the first thing that I thought about when you said the issues that you're running, my first thing was like, what the printers would probably be like, you're running up your printing costs if you did the preload, because it's a different price for black and white versus for color.
yeah. That's
And
true. And to make it too.
yeah, so that was the first thing that popped in my head. So um
For
so
sure, this impacts, but the decision wasn't based on the price.
okay. And I just like that people understand that because it's like there's a lot of stuff that goes into micro decision. It's always good to kind of ask the question, what made you make that decision? Because that would then tell you it's like, oh, oh, so it's nothing crazy why you did it.
Yeah, yeah, no, like,
So,
but that's true. Like, if you decide to do like a comic with all colors,
mhm,
you have to, unless you have an agreement or unless you are the one doing it, you have to pay someone to do it.
mhm.
So let's say, for example, it would be kind of same price, depends on the level or the people that you find to provide the service. Will probably be like the same price for you to have the just a draw and to pay someone to do the colors. So it might like kind of make it double the price of your comic.
This is true. And as someone has gone through this entire process, because I did color, I learned the difference between doing it with just the lines versus just adding the illustrator and the color person. And
Yep.
you're basically paying it twice. But then I understand why people do it if they're trying to go for a specific audience. But let's be clear. It's just got into your price mortgaging because you don't have a lot of pricing power with that. That's the biggest issue I see in it. You don't have a lot of pricing power.
Yep.
Um, so let's go to the second process, which I call the creative process.
Okay.
So, what's your creative process like? From idea to finished page, what does that process feels like to you?
uh, that's to explain my process. I think that always starts like with an idea.
Mhm,
So maybe we are like reading something or talking at home, like with my wife, or talking with some friends. Maybe playing some RPG, Dungeons and Dragons, or something like appears that gives us like an idea, like okay, that would be interesting to talk like about this. So, for example, one of the guys that we are working together to do the second issue of Thorium that's already in production. So we were talking about other ideas, and he showed me a character that he was drawing for nothing. He was just drawing it, and because of that, we kind of start thinking, okay, maybe we could do another like comic, different like story and everything. So this one started with like a draw. He did a draw, and then okay, what we can do about that. So yeah, let's try to do like something close to Yu Hakusho, for example. Let's do
mhm,
like a battle shonen or whatever. Okay, fine. So we need to have the power system. So starting thinking, okay, what we can do. Normally, if you get like a manga, they use their power system based on religion. So
mhm,
it's not necessarily explicit, but they are normally using like something related to religion. So okay, how we can do that to make feel like Brazilian. So we have the spiritism in Brazil. That's a religion, let's say.
mhm,
And I thought, okay, I will use these to kind of design the power system. So then I started studying a little bit about the religion itself, and okay, how can I make it like bigger so I can use like powers?
okay,
and
okay.
and so it's basically, I think it starts with an idea, and then you start building on that idea. And for sure, if you read, if you watch series, shows, like movies, you kind of can, you have some stuff like in the back of your head, and when you have an idea, it kind of start connecting like by itself. It's, for me at least, more like that. But if you only rely on these to create something, I don't think that's work for me. So I normally try to make like a piece of paper, start like put some ideas and
Mhm,
make like a structure, put like structure to it. So even though I like mangas, I normally don't use the Kisho Tenketsu. That's the way that they normally use to create the manga.
Hmm.
That's not something that I know like a lot. I read a lot, but I don't know the structure so
Okay.
well. So I prefer to use the Western models for stories. So I normally use the three uh, three act structure to
It's so
do.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Uh, but I do see that for the sake of argument, I think what you're saying is you start with a jotted down idea and you kind of just try to take it to where you can until you get to the person, because you do actually use a artist to draw your thing.
yep,
So you might just be like, I'm going to take the idea, do the outline, do the script, and then when you get to the point where it's like, all right, I have reached my maximum capacity, I cannot draw this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's it.
yeah,
So,
and
for
then you sit
example,
down with you sit down with the artist and you kind of just figure out the style that you're going for.
yeah. So with Thorium, always started with me. So I didn't have
Mhm.
someone doing like draw for us. So I had an idea that was because I think that one of the lessons that I learned is that you should write stuff that you like, and you should write stuff that resonate with you. And one of the lessons that I learned is that you can always put your fears as the bad guy. So, like, I have two daughters, two like really young, one 3 years, the other one 1 year.
Mhm.
And as a father, I think that the one of the worst fears is that something happens with your kids, right?
Mhm. I'm a dad
So
too. I know that fear.
yeah, so basically the beginning of the story is babies being kidnapped.
Ooh, see, you went though. I'm scared of those. My kid just find the electrical outfit. Like,
Yeah, no, but you have to maximize. Like we are talking about comics, right?
yeah, and you take you. Okay, but actually, that brings up to the second question I have for this section. Is what was your biggest challenge working on this project? And this kind of breaks down in time. Either time, it was
Time.
money, art, writing. So, what was yours, and why? How you kind of explain it to people when you kind of think about your biggest challenge?
Uh, Time and money. But time,
You're not
time.
gonna get off for just saying that. I'm just gonna let you say it.
No, but like time is a big issue, right? Like I'm
Mhm.
not working doing comics the whole day, so for sure it's an issue. Like I have to wake up early, have to go to work, then I come back home. I have two kids, so I'm playing with them like until they are like done, and I have to like put them to sleep. And I have a wife, so we watch TV, we do some stuff together, and I have to sleep. And sometimes babies wake up during the night, so I'm not sleeping the whole night. So
Okay.
I basically have like 1 hour maybe a day
Okay.
to do it. So
So
it took me
time
like
is
a
a bit,
while.
and you brought up a very good point. I like the fact that you kind of expounded on that, because when you're in the midst of real lifing, where life be lifing, right? When especially when you're starting a family of a young family, it's like you still have that young person in you that wants to build this comic, but you also have the responsibility of actually have to do stuff, and it's
Yep,
kind of and a lot of people get stuck there because they know what they want to bring to the world. They just don't have the time for it, and their time that they don't have for it is legit. It's
yep,
not it's not like, oh, you're not finding the time. No, I don't have it. but but as I say, but the benefit that he was showing everyone here is that by just incrementally hacking away at it, eventually you get the time that you need to for it. So
yeah, yeah. That's
I would
it.
say
So
it's an valid excuse, but don't use it.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Like, so let me tell you about my timeline.
Hmm.
So I started doing this story like, okay, as I told you, we have a lot of stuff in our like in back of our heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really started putting everything together in 2023. We are in 2025 now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my friends, we played RPG for like now 30 years. So a lot of time. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like a lot of stories, right? We have like a lot of stuff, but it was always in a world that someone built. Like we are always playing like Dungeons and
Mm-hmm.
Dragons or like an RPG that's famous in Brazil that's called Tormenta. So it's always like this, okay? But we keep like creating some stuff because when you're doing like an adventure here or something there, you have to create. So
You
I
know.
kind of I kind of put like a lot of stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's like our world because we are playing for so long that we have like stuff enough to make half of a world. The
Okay.
rest, the rest I had to put like together myself. So like I kind of had something here, something there. Okay, how I connect all these. So that was like basically the work that I did for like I don't know some years. So after I created the whole world, I was like, okay, fine. And the world was just like sitting there. And then I had this idea, like, what if something happens? So that would be like a nightmare. So okay, that will be my bad guy in the beginning. I will start with that. So in 2023, I had the idea and started writing. So I wrote first the first four issues. So I wrote four issues, the whole script, whole full script.
Mm-hmm.
Page one, three panels or whatever, like everything like that for four issues. And from the five to the 10th, I only did like, okay, from page one to page five, this happened. To page six to page 10, this happened. So I have all these already done in 2023. Then I
Mm-hmm.
found someone to do the drawing, and it took almost half year. So we are already in 2024. And then someone to do the colors. And by the end of 2024, I had the first issue. So it took me 1 year after I finished like the script for the first issue. Took me 1 year to have the prologue and the first issue. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it takes time, and when you don't have time, it will take like even longer. So
So and it's funny because I've worked with people and it's kind of the same story in terms of um you can start certain parts of it, but then for it to get to there to the end it is like how did it took a year, 2 years? It's not shocking in this industry because you first of all most people don't start off with a budget. There is no, there is no. I have a $5,000-10,000 budget to do a comic. Like no, that's industry speak. That's
yes,
bigger. People that are starting off in the indie comic, they're just like, I have an idea, and let's
yep,
hope I can make a budget for this.
yep, yeah, no,
And
that's
that budget
true.
is both time and money.
Yep, that's
So,
it. Time and money.
so what kept you motivated during the process?
I want to see this. I want to be able to grab it. You know.
It's, people, I'm glad you did that because people don't understand the value of just being able to do this. People don't understand the value of basically saying,
Yeah.
holding it in your hand. Makes it holding it in your hand and saying you did this.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah,
So like I have a story. I want to tell the story. I don't know if it will be like a big hit. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe it will be. But even if it's not like a big hit, like my friends, they are like excited to see. Like the guys that I'm playing RPG since like I think like a long time ago. Like they wanna see it. Like
and you know what's funny, right? Before I have a transition, you know what's funny? The minute you start talking about everything about it, and you talk about your background, it said, this sounds like it'd be an awesome game. I'm not even being funny when I thought about it. Because the way it was built but the influence of the class influence of the elves, right? So the
Yep.
first thing I make is that there's class, there's humans, there's dwarf. I kind of just saw that, and I saw the idea of tech with cyberpunk. I'm like, I was thinking of how would I see this in its next iteration, right? So some people like they build their thing because they want to see it live action. So mine's built because I want to see live action. So it feels more real.
Yep.
Other people make it like make it so they want to see it animated. So it feels more impactful in every single stage.
Yep.
And then there's other people that might think about it either one shots or they're thinking about it as a game series, right? Or something like for the purpose of like Power Rangers to sell merchandise. And so you kind of see the influence present itself or manifest in the art.
Yep.
And so it's very interesting when you talk about it, it's like what when I look at it, it's like, that would be I could see that as a game. I could see that as a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Because
So
the element is there.
yeah. So let me show you something. This
Yeah.
this is it's in Portuguese, okay?
Hmm.
Because I did the crowdfunding in Brazil first,
Hmm.
and then I did the Kickstarter here. So this one is in Portuguese, but I will show you, and you will understand, even if it's in Portuguese. Okay. So
Wow.
if you see this, it's for sure will remind you a game, right?
The dialogue box.
So
I tell you, man, it's so funny.
and that's how it ends.
It's so funny. It's the load screen. Even the logo looks like a load screen.
You see? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I'm not doing this to become a video game. That's not the
Yo,
idea. I'm
yo,
doing this
it's
to make a comic book, but like the influence is there.
I tell you, that's why it's so entertaining to me. And I tell all the time when I say this, is like reasons why I like to do these conversations is because it gets me to meet and greet more people, and it's always get to see the influence manifest. And I'm very like most people in our field, we like connecting the dots, right?
Yep.
So it's like you see, it's like wait, you love games, and your comic resembles a game. It's
Yep.
not even you didn't even intend it to happen. It just happened.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
Like
watching movies. So my stuff has a lot of like, why is it not like boom boom boom? I'm like, because you're not gonna see that in the movie. It's like,
yep. That is no. That's true. Like when I was thinking, like okay, I have like the story, and I have the cover. Okay, but since I'm printing, I need to have something as like cover 2, like cover 3.
mhm.
I need to have something like that. And then like I was like, okay, what can I do here? Different. Like I would like to put something different here. I was like, okay, why not put like as you are starting a new game in your like PS5 or your Xbox or whatever. Like, okay, that would be fun. So that's why I created this. And one of the big influences that like this other page here. Like,
See, it's
this
so
one here. Like
it's so
people that play video games, they'll probably be like, oh, that's like Dark Souls or something like that. And yeah,
this, and here's the thing is at the end of the day, it's all about sharing my story. And now I'm gonna switch transition again, and we're gonna talk about your project, your pro. Man, I'm sorry. I feel like we've been talking for a while, and I've not even gotten to have. Yeah, we went on a tangent there. Sorry about that. We
no
go
problem.
switch that up. All right, so let's talk about the crowdfunding section of this.
Okay.
So you've been crowdfunding and promote your project. What's your experience been like with that?
It's been interesting. Like I did first in Brazil, as I told you, and I think that was a little bit easier, maybe
Hmm.
because I'm Brazilian, so it's easier for me to
Less
communicate.
competition, I guess.
It's less competition for sure, but the market is like really small. It's not like here.
Okay.
Um, but it was easier for me to promote.
Hmm.
because I was able to find easily like people to connect, talk, and things like that. But when we are thinking about the results, like if I do the conversion, like let's not do the conversion, okay? Because the conversion is like not so much fair, like because
I understand.
Brazilian reais and US dollars, they're like really different. But if we talk about only like people, I had 56 that supported me, 56 backers
Mhm,
in my crowdfunding in Brazil, where I have like my family, my friends, and like all the support there. So I had 56. Here in US, I had 46.
mhm,
So by then, in the end of the day, like I think it was really good here in US too. Like it's my first one. Nobody knows me. uh, but yet people saw the project and decided to back. So like it's been interesting. Like I'm normally using basically the Instagram to do like all the promotion, let's say. So I'm always posting things there. I try to use the TikTok. I'm not like a huge fan. I put some stuff there. I don't know if it helped or not, but I put some stuff there.
it's just
Uh,
at that point.
Sorry.
It's when we're talking about marketing, we're just getting eyeballs on things to get drive traffic to a location. So
Yeah.
and the reason I wanted to bring this back up because I want everyone to see that there's variant covers of the comic. So as you can see, this was not no fly by night. You can break this down for them so that they see it, but it's like this is a part of the campaign, and these just show the level of detail that went into just making sure that people had something different to experience with the comic.
Yep. Yeah. So I try to create like scenarios and do forecasts because that's basically what I have to do in my job. So I'm used to do this type of stuff for everything. So
Mhm.
when I decided to do a crowdfunding, I was like, okay, let me check what's working. So I went to like Kickstarter and checked like a lot of projects to see what they were doing that make it like a success. So I saw that a lot of them had like multiple like covers. So okay, I'll give them some like options. So I know that even if I put like six, so four is for the first issue and two are the special edition. The special edition is basically prologue plus first issue. So from the left to the right,
Mhm.
you can see the whole team there, uh, our main character alone, other three characters with the main character in the middle, and the other one is exclusive Kickstarter for the first issue. Then you have the special edition, close to the sword, and the other one is a limited edition. So I knew that probably nobody would buy. I knew it, like because nobody knows me. Nobody will pay like a lot for something that they don't know the value, right? I
Right.
knew that, but I
Mhm.
gave people options because that's what they want to have, and still, I had two that bought the most expensive one.
Exactly. I was going. I let you finish because I'm like, you never know what. And it's like a self defeating process for us because we feel like people wouldn't do it because you probably don't think you would do it. But someone said, I remember, I forgot his name. Said it before. It said the reason why you should not mistake the reason why you make stuff as the reason why someone buys it.
Yep,
And it's very and it kind of changed my mindset to thinking when it comes to even my own stuff because it's like I know why I created it, but that's the reason why someone bought it from me.
yep,
And so
yep,
and it's kind of a good thought to just not limit yourself and be like, let's put it out there. Let's see if these either someone saw us value in it
yep,
and they did it or they didn't. But
yeah,
at the bare minimum, you put your 2 cents in.
yeah. And it's this one was pretty fun to create. because I was working together with the guy that did the draw, and I was like, okay, I want to include like a lot of Easter eggs here. So unfortunately, this one like it's small here, but then people can go check in the Instagram you put like in the description, and they
Mm-hmm.
will be able to see this like a little bit bigger. So they will see like the Buster's word from Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. They will be able to find the Batman sticker. They will be able to find Nirvana symbol, the grunge music band. They will be able to find uh, something from Dragon Ball. They will be able to find like a lot of stuff there. So it was like pretty fun to create these two.
Okay, okay. Give me a second. I'm getting some lag and I'm trying to get rid of it. I just realized that didn't stop something.
Okay.
There we go. That solved that problem. All right. So, so ladies and gentlemen, I love the fact that you just shared about the comic. So, where can people find your work online?
So they can find it right now. We are on the late pledge for the Kickstarter, so they'll still be able to find it on Kickstarter. Um, they can find on Substack. I'm writing a lot of stuff there because since I don't do the draws, it's just easier for me to create stuff on Substack because they're
Okay.
basically like writing. So I have a lot of stuff on Substack. I'm trying to fit this like every week. It's being a little bit hard because of time, but I'm trying to put stuff there. So, for example, let's say that you
Is
buy
there another
Thorium.
comic that you're working on, or is just everything the same comic?
No, I'm working a lot of stuff, man. I
I have to ask, okay, because I realized that as a comic book creator, you're never on one idea. You're
no, no. I have. So I'm doing Thorium, and the second issue is basically on the. So I'm trying to do 24 pages every issue.
Mhm.
So the first issue is 24, the prologue is 24. The second issue is already with 16 draw, so they will get in there. I have another project for the second biggest web platform for reading comics in Brazil. It's called Zines. So
Mhm.
Thorium is the first one there. So in the second large web platform to read comics in Brazil, my comic book is the second one with more than 10,000 readers. So I'm really proud of that, man. Like I never expected that. So,
Hey,
but
hey. I have nothing but love for the statement that you just made, man, because a lot of people no, now that you have the eyeballs, now what you need to do is convert them. And I always and let me take this opportunity to talk about my sponsors. If it's okay?
yep, go ahead.
All right, cool. Uh, And guys, have you got used to this standard before? You are used to our sponsor. Our sponsor today is MyComic.ai. MyComic.ai is all about showing comic book creators how to turn their comic and their passion into a business that allows them to pay to make a living. We're all about showing them how to get to the first 1,000 books so that once they get selling, they already have a system in place. Right now we're in beta, so if you're interested in learning more, please reach out and join the wait list to join the beta team. We look forward to having you, and we look forward to joining the team and helping comic book creators moving from hobbyists to business owners. Thank you very much. Now enjoy the rest of the show. Okay, let me go back to us. Thank you, thank you.
Yep,
So now that I've paid my bills,
that's important.
all
I
right.
know.
So I did tell you that I was going to ask this question. So I'm now going. So now I'm going to take this opportunity to ask, what piece of advice would you give an aspiring comic creator right now?
Write what you like. because like you can think about, okay, now the hitch is something, so I will try to write something that resembles this thing that's like everybody's writing or reading now. So you can try to do that, but by the time that you finish your comic book, something new would be like in this like spot now.
Mm-hmm.
So write what you like and keep writing, because you will only get better if you keep writing. So write what you like, write always, and read good stuff and read bad stuff, because that's true. Read bad stuff, because when you
People
read
don't even
bad
know
stuff,
until they read it that it's bad.
but no, sometimes you have a friend that tells you, man, I was reading something and it was like really bad. Read that thing, because this might give you some good ideas. Because you read that thing and you say, okay, why they choose that? If they could choose this one would be way better. So you can use this idea for your own comic book. So
And guys, as you said, consistency and to stick to what you love. Because I'd be the first to tell you, if you're working on a comic long enough, you'll be scratching your head like, why am I still doing this? You can't be running popularity. This ain't a popularity contest. Okay.
yeah, no, for
So
sure it's not.
thank you for sharing that with the group. I hope someone who took something from that.
Yeah, me too.
Um, I did bring this up earlier, but I have to ask you because I didn't get your response. If your comic was adapted, what would you want it to be adapted into? A game, a live action, anime? Would you dream? Who would you even dream about doing a casting for your thing? What would that look like for you?
I think that an anime would be interesting to see. Like, but yeah, a game would be fine. I think like
it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, your that response was interesting to me because it's like, what? And then it's like, nah, anime be good, no, it'd be alright.
no, an anime would be good. Like I can see because of the way that it was like draw. It's more like a manga, so I think that it would translate easily to an anime.
I think you did. I would say this: the way the prologue that I just went through was structured, and the way the world was designed, I could see that a lot of animators wouldn't find a lot of problems just adapting it because it was really fresh out versus they have to create it at that point. And a lot of people don't realize how much time this goes into backgrounds for
Yeah,
animation.
yeah.
So, any shout outs for anyone that you like to wrap before while we're wrapping up?
Well, everybody that is seeing us, everybody that will see these in the future, everybody that backed the project, thank you. It's really important to have people that believe in our work, that
Mhm.
want to read. So that's really important. So like, thank you guys. Thank you for the team that helped me, like the two guys that did the draws, ladies that did the colors, and the other guy that did the color, letters and everything. So thank you guys, and soon we will have the second issue on Kickstarter too.
And with that, guys, I'd like to thank you for another episode of Behind the Comics. I'm your host, Sean Fuller, and I enjoyed having you with us today. Peace out. God bless.